Okay, everybody. I'm just sitting up. I'm trying to download this last video. Okay, just give me a few seconds here. Okay. So this missing case, it was actually sent to me a few months back. The young lady's sister got a hold of me a few months back on Facebook, and she noticed that I had shared four stories that I was covering at the time. I shared Felicia Johnson's, um, the young lady who went missing in Louisiana, Ella Goody. I shared another young lady who I covered. She's from Virginia. I talked to her mother. Forgive me if I can't remember everybody's names off the top of my head, because I cover so many of these cases that some of them run together on me. But it was four young ladies' pictures that I shared. And two of the young ladies that I remember off the top of my head, one of them was Felicia Johnson, the other was Ella Goody. Okay. And so the young lady, I'm trying to think of her name, that I interviewed her mother. Her story is on Black Women Aware. But anyways, this young lady tonight, Shanyea's sister saw that post because it went like mini viral. I wasn't expecting that post to go viral because, as I've gotten used to, when I share these videos or when I go over the posts on different platforms, they never quite seem to go anywhere. So I just shared the post. I'm be honest with y'all, I wasn't really thinking twice about it. I thought it would get maybe no more than maybe one or two shares, but it got over like 500 shares, and people were sharing it mainly all over the USA. And so Shanyea's sister got a hold of me. Okay, this is Shanyea. Okay, her sister got a hold of me, and I tried to contact, like, she sent me a message, and I tried to get her to interview with me on Black Women Aware, because there is not a lot of information out about Shanyea. Okay, I have yet to hear back from her sister. I've reached out to her multiple times since then, and I still have not been able to get a hold of anybody. So since that time, because at that time, all that she was asking me to do was share her sister's picture on my Facebook platform as well, and I did that. And weirdly enough, unlike the other four young ladies, who I'm going to look up their names, but unlike Ella Goody and Felicia Johnson and the other two young ladies, um, when I shared Shanyea's picture, it didn't go anywhere. Okay. And I know that was very discouraging for her family to see that one post, like, if it went like hotcakes. And then the next post that I wrote about missing persons, it didn't move. Now, not only did Shanyea's her post didn't move, but the other young lady that I just shared out of Cincinnati, Ohio, Khadidra Roberts, I shared her when they didn't have any information on her whereabouts, and it turned out that she was found deceased. I shared her post, and it did not go anywhere. So most of the time, sadly enough, people do not care about missing Black women and children. Okay, that is why it's so easy to pick one of us up and for us to disappear, because nobody cares. It's sad that I have to get on here and I have to tell Black women that you have to prepare and you have to be ready and be aware and be alert to live in a toxic society. Because how I'm seeing it, I believe that society just should change. If you know it's a problem in society, the innocent should not have to adjust to live amongst evil souls. Y'all see what I'm saying? We shouldn't have to be the one adjusting. The world around us needs to adjust. It should not be easy or looked over or ignored when a Black woman or child, or anybody for that matter, comes up missing, no matter what your race or background. But as we know on Black Women Aware, I specifically target us when I made this channel, because overall, we all know that when we go missing, it doesn't get covered by the mainstream media. It does. Nobody cares. Okay. And I hate to put it like that, but I'm not finna beat around the bush on this channel. Okay. Nobody really pretty much cares when we go missing. Okay. So again, I shared her story. I shared Ella Goody's. And it's another young lady I really like resonated very well with her mother. Tony Jacobs is the mother of let's see here, because I forgot the young lady's name, but me and her mother had a very good interview. Cashapp Jacobs was another one that I shared, and it was another young lady. And I shared their post, and like I said, Shanyea's sister seen that. And just like anybody who's in this situation, you see one post of somebody who went missing, you're going to want to share your family members' posts as well, or their case as well, and get that out. So it did not jump. It didn't go nowhere. And that always discouraged me. And I didn't know how to, I didn't want her to think that I had in any way manipulated, because you never know, not on YouTube, not on any social media platform, you never know what's going to go viral and what will and what won't. So anyways, without further ado, I am going to jump right into this missing case. One thing that I learned about Shanyea's case that's different than a lot of the other cases that I cover on Black Women Aware is even some of the other platforms that cover Black and missing have not picked up Shanyea's case. So it's literally on the ground, okay? Nobody knows anything about Shanyea. Now, like I do with the other videos, I'm always going to ask you guys to please like and share these videos so that the interactions can help boost the content in the algorithm. But this one, I'm stressing to y'all the same way that I did with Treasure Hendricks. Please share this video. Please like the video. Please, if all you can do is write algorithm in the comment section so that there's an interaction, so it's boosted in the algorithm so people will see it. Do it for this young lady, because her case has fallen literally on deaf ears, okay? It has fallen on deaf ears, okay? And after I post this live, y'all, her case is so dead that after I post this live, when you Google her name and you hit videos in Google, you're going to see my video as one of the first videos coming up on Shanyea. Okay, that's how dead this case is. And I mean dead as in nobody has picked this case up, not even the local media. Okay, so I'm stressing to y'all, share the video, please. Please, not for my benefit, but her family. Okay, her sisters are worried sick. And the one sister, from what I've researched, she's always posting about Shanyea, and people, it's almost like the people who are around her, they don't care. Her words fall on deaf ears. Then not only that, but Shanyea has a son. He has a son, and I don't believe for the life of me that this young lady would have just abandoned her child, especially from what the sister wrote about Shanyea. She said ain't no way in high heaven or low hell this young lady would have got up and just not contacted her son. Okay, so he's left behind and he's distraught as well. He has to wonder, like his aunts, every day where his mother is. And that's not cool, y'all. We can get on social media, we can share all the gossip blogs, but we can't share something as serious as this. But I promise you, if it was one of us, we would want somebody out there fighting for us. But I'm here to tell you, as somebody who has been running Black Women Aware for 2.5 years, that if it is you, if God forbid, if this is you and you're a Black woman and you're listening to this, the same thing that's happening to Shanyea will happen to you. Your case will fall on deaf ears. The police departments, don't none of these people care when we go missing. And you're going to want platforms like mine to share your story. Please do not ignore her story. Do not put it off on deaf ears, okay? And I'm stressing that because, again, when I researched not only Shanyea's case, but because, again, it's not a lot in the mainstream about Shanyea. You can search her name, and the first thing that's going to come up is something from a social media site, from Facebook, because nobody has covered her case, okay? And when you go back and you research with her sisters and what her family is saying about this, they're distraught because they're turning places and nobody is helping. Okay. And I just had to get my little rant out early on in this live so that I'm making sure y'all hear it. You can't even go on to listen to no more of this live unless you hear what I'm saying first. Okay. So, again, without further ado, I'm going to go over different things that I found about this case or whatever. And we'll go from there. So it says Shanyea Rolle, age 27, allegedly last seen at Houston gas station. And it says allegedly because they don't really know for sure if from the camera footage if that was her at the gas station. But so they're saying allegedly. They're not really sure if that was her or not at the gas station in that camera footage. Okay. So it says a concerned family has repeatedly taken to social media to help find Shanyea Rolle. Okay. It has been close to impossible to find a news report regarding her missing persons case. Okay. I just said that. Okay. But what is known is Shanyea hasn't had contact with her loved one since December 29th of 2020. Okay, it's been almost 2 years that this young lady has been missing. The 27-year-old mother of a young son hasn't received news coverage, but I've compiled the information I was able to find. Because literally, y'all, when you research Shanyea and her case, it's almost like a needle in a haystack. You have to really dig to find anything on her. And what's sad is as time passes, what evidence or whatever is left surrounding her disappearance is going to be next to none. If we keep allowing time to pass and nobody is doing anything about it. Okay. So it says, according to a report shared on a Facebook page, Shanyea's sister reached out for help. The sister stated that Shanyea was allegedly dropped off at a gas station and was reportedly last seen getting into a black sedan with a man and a woman. However, the sister reportedly added that this information hasn't been verified as far as she knows. Okay. So then I also have to get into, like I do with a lot of cases that I cover where families these young ladies, they disappear, nobody knows where they're at. I have to send this special message out to the Rolle family, and I have to, just like I pushed with Felicia Johnson and her father. And at that time when I reached out to Felicia Johnson's father, Felicia Johnson was the young lady from California who went missing in Houston, Texas. When I reached out to her father, I kind of knew he would not speak to me because he was in love with his daughter, and he was so distraught he wasn't even able to get through the search and find for Felicia. Okay, but I'm going to put this message out, not to shame or degrade Shanyea, but I'm putting it out because a lot of times when young ladies go missing, we find out that they had a second lifestyle. They probably was in the S word business, you know what I mean? They probably were escorts or whatever. And I'm not saying that's the case for Shanyea, but I'm saying if that is the case, don't allow that fact about her, if that was a fact about her, and this is to her family, to keep y'all from speaking out, because that's one thing that allegedly was said about Felicia Johnson's father, that he was ashamed of her alleged second lifestyle or whatever, her undercover lifestyle, and he wouldn't speak on it. And from my understanding, I believe had the public known about that, they could have been looking all in the right places and possibly saved that girl's life, or possibly have found out what happened to her sooner. So if she had a second lifestyle and y'all know about it, this stuff needs to be revealed, because we need to know if Shanyea did go to the gas station and get into a black sedan with a man and woman. We need to know who these people are. Where is that car? Again, I started researching this case. Again, it's like a needle in a haystack. It's not a lot of information on Shanyea. So I had to start thinking outside the box, because the family is saying that not only are they not getting any help with this case, but detectives and things like that are not assisting them either. Okay. And it's real weird. I'm going to look up some of the things that I found on that. It's very weird as to why the detectives and all are not helping the family with this case. Okay. But yeah, so I was wanting to ask the family or even call the police department myself and ask them, has anybody went to a judge and subpoenaed and got her phone records? Did she have a cell phone? I really find it hard to believe that this young lady in this day and age did not have a cell phone, but it is possible. You know, everybody still doesn't carry cell phones. So I hope that she did have a cell phone and they could do like a reverse lookup. They could subpoena the phone company to see, to ping where her phone was last used, to see what her last phone records was, because we have to bring light to this case and find out what happened to this young lady. We can't just allow this to be swept under the rug. Okay. So yes, that's what the relative said. The sister said that she, from what she knew, Shanyea had got into a black sedan allegedly at a gas station with a man and a woman. They don't say the race of the man and the woman, the height, anything. All right, where she met them, who they were, if she met them at work or whatever. It doesn't say anything. Okay, it's just very vague. So let's keep going. So it says Shanyea Rolle is close with her 8-year-old son, and her family. Reported stated that it is highly irregular that she hasn't called or checked on him. It is said that the missing woman's relatives have also been given the runaround by authorities. Okay, they give the runaround a lot of times with these families. Okay, when it comes to their missing, that's not unusual for the police department, sadly. So it also says that the news stations who refuse to share coverage, the news stations are refusing to share coverage for Shanyea Rolle. Okay, the news stations refuse to cover this young lady's case. Okay, they refuse to cover it. Okay. Shanyea's social media pages show that her social media pages show that she has a loving, close-knit family who cares for her and has been worried senseless since she disappeared. Okay. Shanyea was 27. The last when she went missing, she was 27. So she's almost 29 years old. Okay. She's about 5'6". Pay attention to the height and weight. Okay. And I always stress that because with human trafficking, I feel like, and this is my own personal theory, I haven't had it confirmed or anything yet, but a lot of these young ladies, they fall within a certain height and a certain weight. Okay. But it says she was 5'6". She had black hair and brown eyes and weighs about 130 pounds. So that falls along right where I was saying in my other missing videos. I said between the height of 5 feet and 5'5". She's only an inch taller than what I said that they usually target. Because a lot of these cases that I randomly pick, they always fall between 5 feet and 5 inches, between 100 to about 150 pounds. Now, Shanyea was 130. Okay. And that's to be noted of because, again, it seems like when they mysteriously disappear, and again, y'all, the family does suspect foul play in her disappearance. So when it's a case like this and it's foul play suspected, and they just turn up like they disappear in the thin air, you have to pay attention to the height and weight, because that's a possibility that trafficking was possibly involved in this. Okay. Again, she was last seen at a Texaco gas station in Southwest Houston off of Fondren and South Main Street. Okay, contact at FBCSO by calling 281-341-4665 or refer to the case number. Okay, and usually when you are a missing person, you get a case number. But she went missing at out of Houston, y'all. Houston, and it's a lot of those big cities that are hunting grounds for human trafficking, especially because Texas is close to that border down there, that Mexican border, the U.S. Mexican border. There is a lot of trafficking that goes on, not just S-word trafficking, but human. You know, a lot of people don't know the difference between human trafficking and S-word trafficking. Human trafficking is when they take the immigrants and they force them into forced labor, slavery, basically. They make them work. They get false papers on them and they make them work or whatever. And then you have S-word trafficking and all. So since she's in Houston, that's what further makes her case even more serious because it is a stomping ground for traffickers. Okay. It's like being a gazelle and walking through a lion's den down there. Okay, so let me continue to read this article. It says at the time of her disappearance, Shanyea Rolle was 5 feet 5 inches. Pay attention to that height and weight. 5 feet 5 inches, okay, to 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighed about 135 to 145 pounds, okay, between 135 and 145 pounds. She had black or dark brown hair and brown eyes. Shanyea has a small scar above her nose and several tattoos on her right arm. She has a middle finger with the words F the world across her back, and she has the word John Tavius, okay? And it says that the word John Tavius is on her back, okay? She was last seen wearing a navy blue sleeveless crop top, a dark blue jean jacket, khaki pants, a caramel colored knee-high boots. Her middle name is Shaquille, okay? And I think the family lovingly calls her Shay for short, okay? And it goes on to say, if anyone has any information about this case, they are urged to contact the Fort Bend County Sheriff's Office at area code 281-341-4665 or their local authorities. Her agency number is, and this is her case number, okay? This is her case number. So usually I won't give the case numbers because I feel like if you have a name and the contact information for the police department, that should be enough. But I might just start doing that as well as leaving the human trafficking hotline number in my videos. With Shanyea's will be the first case where I'm going to start include the human trafficking number, okay? And it says, please share this story about Shanyea Rolle to help reignite the investigation into her case. She is our sister and her life matters. Special shout out to our black girls, because other than our black girls and her family, which is her sisters and all, I have heard nothing about Shanyea's case. Okay, I have heard nothing about her case, nothing, and that is a sad, depressing thing, especially because black people, we don't make the majority in the United States, but it is enough of us to share the word and start looking out for each other and making sure that the women and children in the neighborhoods are safe. You know, even the men, we have to start looking out for each other. Okay. And it's sad that this young lady has been gone 2 years and you literally have to dig to find anything on her. Okay. She's almost like she never existed. It's almost like she never existed. So let's move on. This is some more pictures of Shanyea. Again, if you look at the picture on the right, not the flyer of her missing, but if you check out her height and weight, you know, in my personal opinion, this is what traffickers look for, that height and weight. Okay, and I say that because, especially with her being in Houston at the time of her disappearance, I'm not so sure that Shanyea is from Houston, because from some of the stuff that I researched, I think that she probably could be from Oklahoma or northern Texas as well, and probably was just in Houston at the time of her disappearance, but I'm not so sure. Again, there's not a lot on her case, okay? But this is Shanyea here, okay? Very beautiful girl. And this is the National Human Trafficking Hotline number. Okay, as you see, you can call them, you can text them. They're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay, y'all. So would y'all please do me this favor, do Shanyea this favor, and like this video, comment, even if you can't think of anything to comment other than algorithm down below. That'll help to push the video up through the algorithm so that more people will see it. Okay. I'm praying that this young lady is found safe. From what I researched, she has one sister. I think she has more than one sister, but it's one particular one that she keeps sharing her sister's posts, and it doesn't go anywhere, y'all. It don't go anywhere. And when I shared her post, I was very surprised because, again, as a content creator, we don't know which videos are going to jump and we don't know which videos are going to remain on the ground. We do our part by just putting the information out there. Okay. My first case on Black Women Aware that jumped was Treasure Hendricks's story. I didn't know that that case would jump. Okay. I didn't, but it did. Okay. And I'm hoping the same will happen with this video, not for my benefit, but for Shanyea's benefit, because there's not anything known about her. Okay, I don't have a lot about her case. I reached out to the family multiple times, okay, to get more insight about her, even more pictures, okay, because we as Black women, we can look very different from one day to the next with just how we do our makeup, how we style our hair. But I have been researching Shanyea's case for so long that, y'all, she has a picture. She has a couple pictures of her and her sisters together, and she actually looks a lot like her other siblings, but I can tell them apart. I know Shanyea from the other two girls. That's how much that I've been studying this case and studying her pictures. Okay, so with that being said, I am going to get off of here. Y'all remember to be safe, be alert, be aware. This is Candace Vet, and I'm signing off.